everybody. Oh, we got weird cameras going on and it's
Shit.
bananas.
You know, that happens in the machine room. It's okay.
It happens. There we go.
It's okay. We'll fix all that up.
Why is my shit always weird?
We'll fix all that up. It's all good. We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Why is mine all weird? Anyways, what's up,
Watch it.
everybody? Welcome to the Machine Room, episode
Yes.
7. We're
That's right. Lucky
we're
number 7.
we're going deep.
Deep. Everybody who's been here for the last, 6 episodes have a key. Definitely have a key to the machine room now.
They have like they're on the lease and everything now.
Yep. So y'all better pay up.
Pay up, bitches.
Don't be coy or slick and not put in because y'all have to pay.
Yes.
What was the phrase? Pay on the maison. I forgot.
I don't ever know what you're talking about. I just kind of like
Ah,
shake my head and nod and agree with you.
that's all I want. I just want people to be. Yeah, yeah, I want to sound like that too. Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Be sure to be part of the conversation in the chat. This isn't just us here. You guys are here with us, so feel free to chime in, ask questions, speak up, whatever you want to do. Just don't just don't yell. My little ears can't handle it.
Don't use capital letters at us, please. It's just
My ears hurt.
it really hurt. It really hurts our eyes, and then we hear it. It just becomes like you ever read. Like it's when you read something said by someone, and you already hear it being said
Yes,
as you're reading it. If that makes sense.
like an audiobook.
Exactly. I want to do audiobooks. They get paid to read a whole book. That'd
Yeah,
be crazy.
and then we do it in like chapters.
Why hasn't Morgan Freeman done an audiobook?
I think he has. I don't know. If he hasn't, he
What?
fucking should.
I mean, I don't care what book it is. If Morgan Freeman's reading it, I want to listen to him reading that book to me.
I think I'm thinking of when they did it on South Park when they had that tale of Scrody McBoogerballs and then they had Morgan Freeman read it on like a TV show. But that was South Park, so I don't know if he has really done an audiobook, but he definitely should.
And then Jesus rose from the grave and said,
Pickle juice.
Man, what the hell? What kind of Bible is this? Does the Bible have an audiobook?
Oh, I'm sure there's like a million different fucking Bible audiobooks.
But is it like it should be read by a preacher, but like really like extreme preacher, you know?
Like black preacher voice.
Yes,
Cause you
and
know
then
when you going to hell.
exactly. Let me tell and God.
That's beautiful. Could you read a whole book?
Could I read a whole book? You know, it's surprising I read a whole book, period. So the books that I have read, they're really special because I've read
You
them.
made it through.
Yes.
You went through the gauntlet.
Yes, and it takes a lot to have me stay so invested into a book with so
Yeah.
many pages that I'm like, oh, I gotta get through these. Then again, when I read those books, it was at a time that I had time to read them,
Right.
and it wasn't like I didn't have time. It was because when you read a book, you gotta have that little moment when it's like there's nothing else. This is a good time for me to read a book. It's like comic books as well. It's like there's nothing else to do. This is a good time for me to read a comic book. But if you're like, oh, I want to play games, or I want to watch this, or I want to watch a movie, then you put all that to the side. When I read books was because my car was I had no car. No, I got in an accident, so I had no car.
Right.
So on my ride, my trip to work on the public transportation, flipped out that book and started reading. That's how I got through Ready Player One and his other book that came out on that year. What was it called? Crap. Let's see if I can see it from all the way over here. Armada. That's how I got through those books. Then I had this phase where it's like I'm gonna get more books and read more books.
Yes.
Yeah, that didn't last long, but I got books there to read if I ever want
I
to.
did the same thing when I didn't have a car. I read more because you'd have to read on the bus or waiting for people to pick you up. I
Yep.
used to have like a book bag and it had books in it, and now I couldn't read if you put a gun to my head.
Hold on. You had a book bag
A
that had books?
book bag with books in it.
It really had books, yo.
Yes. Hi,
I,
16-bit kaiju.
Kaiju, what up? Kaiju is like our number one resident in the machine room right now
Yes.
because this guy was so hyped this whole week just for this show that got me hype
Yes.
just to do the show.
Amen.
How does that happen?
He has like his own shelf in the refrigerator.
So yes, yes, and he brings for the community.
Yes. Don't use my CRISPR.
No, but Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community. Am I the only one that does that? Like, I'll say something and it just triggers a line or a
No,
song, and then you have to
I
repeat
do
it.
that all day long, and people are always like,
Okay,
use your real voice, or why are you so
now,
random? I'm like, that's just me. I'm just that way.
now, life is all about quoting and references. Like it's hilarious. I try to find every moment that I could go like, not like this, not like this.
If people knew how many times a day I say that, just like that, not like
Yeah,
this.
it's great. So I highly recommend everybody to quote something just when it fits in, not just out of nowhere, or maybe out of nowhere would be fine too. Never know.
I quote
Never know.
Agent Smith a lot when he's like, me, 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 me. It's like, me too.
Yes, yes, because we are all a little bit Agent Smith, and we're also all a little bit of Monica in my
Oh
life.
my
You see,
God. I
like
knew that
that.
was coming,
You
and
see,
I let it happen.
you let it. You should have stopped me. You should have put a gun to my head, like John Wick.
I'm You would think I'd be John Wicked out, but I'm totally not. It was like a joygasm. Yesterday, I watched all three movies in a row, and it was like so great. I'm just like, like that post orgasm where you're just like tired, but it's like a really good tired. You're just like, yeah, I
Uh
made
huh.
it. It's like that, but with John Wick.
I was like, damn, she really did it well. She went all out. But then I saw that pack you got is like they just play one after another. I was like, well, I guess she just did like fuck it.
Yep,
Yeah, fuck it, I'll watch it one after another.
it was great. Like as soon as the credits start, you start the next one, and then like they just all cut. But my only problem is like his hair, because his hair is kind of shorter in the second one, and in the third one it's like way fucking longer. Like it grew in like 30 minutes.
Shh, we don't talk
It's
about that.
like a year longer than it should be.
We don't talk about the continuity.
Continuity problems, major continuity problems. And then
We
like
just talk about
when he
how
goes
he
to
kills everybody.
Casablanca and his hair's like down past his shoulders, I'm like, okay, I call bullshit. You gotta put me in. Like it totally kind of takes you out of it. when you're like, yeah, yeah, and you watch 1 and 2 back and forth, you're like, okay, it's not that bad. I can see past it. And then the 3, it's like down past his eyes. You're like, oh,
All that happened to him in a week.
a
That's
week.
hilarious.
Well,
That's
between
hilarious.
2 and 3, it's like 30 minutes. Like he's like, all right, you have an hour. And then he starts running, and then the next one starts, he's still running, and his hair is like down past his chin. It takes you out of it for a second if you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, because then you don't like, yeah, damn, how he killed, damn, he killed. Like, I watched it at work yesterday and today in parts, like, 2 part, because gotta work. But
Yes.
yeah, it's still fucking fantastic. Still so cool.
I I still love the whole hallway scene with all the knives.
Yes, I'm
And
just
there's the last guy, he just gets that full axe to the head, and both hands just thunk. And the
uh,
horse kicks. Oh, the horse
oh,
kicks are my fucking favorite thing ever.
the whole room was like, damn. And it's like, if you haven't seen John Wick, people, come on, man. Like, I know there's people out there haven't seen, but that's fucking great because you could do like Rachel did, and you could just go back to back to back,
Yes.
have the best experience ever. Like, John Wick went from just some uh, crazy revenge movie that was hip and cool with fight scenes we never seen about a
And
man
music.
and music and cameos and a man just avenging his puppy to just this crazy universe and world that is just so stylized and so creative and so cool. It works. Now it's just like John Wick has become this thing where it's just so cool, and then it's to a point like what would they do next and who else is gonna be involved? Like it's just you just waiting to see like okay, who's gonna be involved in John Wick 4? Like who they're gonna bring into the thing. It became such a big franchise that there's actually people who want to be involved in it. They people like who want to
Yeah,
in
exactly.
extreme John Wick training because I seen like this. I was watching the special features and Halle Berry went through some extreme John Wick training that you see pay off because she gets her
Oh
own
my
little
god, she's a badass.
I'm like let's do it, like make a spin-off of the Halle Berry's character, her and those 2 dogs. I
Hmm.
want it. I want to see
I would
what
watch
happens to
that.
her. Hell yeah! Like she owned that scene. Like you could tell, like it wasn't
Oh my
like
god.
John Wick was just a secondary character. That
There's
was
like
her moment.
there's like one scene where you see him in the background fighting somebody else, but that's it for like 2 minutes. It's
Yeah,
just her and those dogs like fucking everybody up. I was like, this is brilliant. And she really went through all that gun training.
she did, man. And she said that she don't even like guns. So
Hmm.
so she would when she first started training and holding a gun, she would have highs and whatnot. But she said that she would think about her kids and if
Hmm.
someone threaten her and her family that this is her training for it
Right.
and she wants to know how to take someone down and when she has the weapon she wants to know what to do with it so once she got that in her mindset she was good she was freaking out there fucking up doing the training right and you see her get down and she's not the only one who did this like Charlize Theron did it too training when they
Yeah.
did movie Atomic Blonde.
Atomic Blonde. She did all the fighting in that movie too, and she even like punched a stunt double and like broke his nose.
Yeah, and you see that in the movie, don't you?
Yeah, they did a
The
lot of that shit for real, and that's why the fight scenes in that movie look so great, and they're very like John Wick, even like down to the gunfights and stuff like that too. They're very John Wick esque.
John Whisker, John Wick. It's so good. I just
I love the ninja guy near the end. He's like, "That was a good fight, huh?" And he just turns around and goes, "Yeah."
Zero's my shit. You know how happy it was to see Marta Costco in that movie. It's like the
Oh
possibility
yeah.
possibilities are endless. There, who else is gonna like you hit like me and you personally? We talk about it like we hope to see Carrie Ann Moss and Hugo Weaving and John Wick
Yes.
4.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah,
That if they do Hugo Weaving, they should have him in and like be part of the high table.
he has.
And like they don't have to fight, but at least have them have like a conversation or something. But it'd be cool if they fight.
Very cool.
Like a long ass 20-minute fight.
Just the call, like they know what they got. So this movie especially had those callbacks to his previous stuff.
Right.
Only yes, kaiju. Yes, kaiju knows. Kaiju knows the deal when it comes to Mark Dacascos. Only the strong is like one thing that he's always remembered for. That and Drive. Like if you've never seen
Drive is
Drive,
so good.
yes,
We were
man, him and
talking about
Kadeem
that
Hardison,
before.
dude. It's just, it's just good. It's just all out.
It's just good. It's all
And
good.
you're hyped because you know that the next one they're just gonna go all out again.
I hope so. And not that I like, oh, I hate these movies and I want them to end. I want it to end well. I don't want them to go on. I don't want them to be like The Walking Dead where there's like 10 of them and you're sick of them. I want it to have a good send off, like a good ending,
Shit. Man, they're gonna expand that world like crazy. They got the Continental series coming.
like a TV
Uh,
show.
yeah,
That would be cool.
Continental, and that one's based in L.A. They even said that they might have Wick appear in it
Oh,
here and
wow.
there. The comic books they have right now. Uh, and they're planning a video game, which man, John Wick 3 itself is a video
It
game.
is.
Um, what else? I think that's about it. I mean, they're want to like Keanu loves this, and so does the director. So these guys will probably keep it going until they find like, all right, this is done. But yeah, what Kaiju said, like 100%, it's not gonna be a happy ending for John Wick.
Well, they've already kind of hinted. They hinted at it in the second and third movie. They're like, blah, 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 you're gonna die. And there's like a couple different scenes. They're like, you keep living this life, you're gonna die. So they've already kind of hinted that that's where he's going. Like something's gonna happen, he's gonna die.
It's got to be the way. But I would be happy if it's just he resolved his issue and he dies. You
Yeah,
know, his story is resolved and his issue and his path and redemption and all that shit. Then it's fine. Cause I just look, I'm down for John Wick just like fucking bringing down the high table. That's what I want.
yeah, that would be badass.
I want Wick. He's gathering like all these movies as people that he interacted with, people who became enemies are now friends and shit like that.
Hmm.
And then I want him and all of them just like teamed up and take down the high table.
Like the Avenger, like a John Wick Avengers.
Yes.
I like it.
That's
I
what I.
I
That's,
would
that's
love to see a prequel of like when he was in like his heyday and he was a hitman or an assassin and him doing, all the stuff he used to do all the way up until the point when he got out to meet his wife.
yeah. And you know what? That could be like the freaking video game right there. Just give it to me.
Hmm.
I'm down for it. And Keanu already like he got his hand dipped in a video game
Yeah.
with Cyberpunk. So what's stopping him from like going full out with John Wick? Because he loves his character. This is his baby. He'll do it.
It's
Because
it's funny you say that because after I watched all three movies last night, I had to play World War Z because I just wanted to shoot some shit. But I had was like pretending I was doing it like him at zombies.
John Wick with zombies is fun. Me and LP laughed because we saw that one little parody of John Wick, and it's this Asian dude being him, and he has like a pen. He's just
I
killing people
saw
with
that.
pens. Yeah, and then he does that thing where he's just like walking around with the gun real close to his face. It was a real serious, stern face, and just moving frantically.
There's a video of like a SWAT team guy watching John Wick, and he was like saying how good he did and how he used real tactics that they use in SWAT and stuff like that. And that whole gun thing that he does is called railing.
Mhm.
And so I learned stuff from watching the internet.
There you go.
Yeah.
You see the internet, people. The internet is not all fucking fake news
Or porn.
or porn. But if you want to get off, is the best place to go.
My
Um,
MWforlife.com.
yes. No, but I truly believe that Keanu Reeves can kill me in so many ways.
With a pencil.
Yeah,
A fucking pencil.
I think Keanu Reeves is a lethal. Oh, speaking of freaking someone could kill me so many ways, I saw Steven Seagal, but from the distance because I had to go back to my flight. But he was at the airport.
He's so calm about it, yeah.
He was at the airport, and we were there waiting for him to get through the fucking the TSA. But it took forever, and then I had to go. But a coworker saw him, and the coworker was upstairs, and he saw him get out of the car going to the check-in. And he calls me. He's like, "Hello." He's like, "Yeah, man. Steven Seagal's upstairs," but I couldn't hear him. I was like, "What?" It's like Steven Seagal. Like, huh? Like Steven Seagal. He's right here in the check-in. I'm like, what? I told LP. LP's just having a conversation with someone. It's like, yeah, da, da, da. It's like, LP, Steven Seagal's upstairs. He's like, let's go, and he just ran. And we just went up there, and then we waited to see him come in, and we just kept seeing people, and it was there for like fucking 30 minutes or something. I don't know how long we were there, just waiting to see fucking Steven Seagal, and then finally I see him because Seagal is tall as shit, so I see him back there, and you see him there, and he had that real black goatee, thick goatee and shit. Right, there he is, but that's it. Because it still took him forever to get in, and we had to go for the fucking flight. But damn it, I was so close to seeing Steve. And then later that night, I wondered, the fuck was Steven Seagal doing in Chicago with his family?
Is he still all big?
Yeah, from far he looked big. I asked my coworkers, like, yeah, he's still big, and he's still dressed like Steven Seagal. You would think Steven Seagal dresses.
No, he dresses like Steven Seagal. Everywhere he
Yes.
goes, even when he was like a cop in Louisiana, he was still Steven Seagal, just in a cop uniform.
Oh man, I didn't. I just wanted to see him because I wouldn't have the guts to even get near him. It's like it's Seagal, and then that's like my neck breaks. Keep the change.
He's a master marksman too.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't fucking with him.
He can shoot like matchsticks and he's crazy.
I'm not fucking with him. But I thought about it. What if they get him on the next John Wick and he becomes like a foe to Wick?
I think I just came.
That's amazing. Why not? John Wick should end up being like what the Expendables was, you know?
For
Get
sure.
all these old, just
but with
there.
Matrix people.
Oh, yes, just all the Matrix people. You had the Keymaker. You had fucking Morpheus. You had the agents. Yeah, you had one of the agents.
He should have the agent guy that was Longmire because he was great.
Yes.
I love that guy. And Longmire is a great show.
Oh, he's missing. I'm telling you, it's Carrie-Anne Moss and fucking
Longmire.
Oh, no. He should get Cypher.
Yes. Oh my god, he would be a badass.
Why hasn't Joe Pantoliano been in that damn fucking series yet?
He could be one of the ninjas too. He could come back to like Avenge Zero.
I didn't want Zero to go. Well, in case people haven't. Spoiler. No, this coworker was there, and he was like, "You guys haven't seen this?" Like, no, I have, but she hasn't, and he hasn't. It was like, oh, damn, you guys haven't seen it? And then he just read out. Well, I'm gonna tell you, at the end, they're on the rooftop, and then he walked out. I was like, damn, you're a dick, man. They were still surprised though.
That's good, because it's that kind of movie.
Yeah. And I wanted LP to watch it so badly, but he just he got ADD, man. He kept getting up and going around. And I'm like, dude, you got nothing to do right now. Just sit down and watch. It's like, oh, but I can't focus. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you
Oh
can.
my
Just sit down
God.
and look at the fucking screen and just see him kill people.
My mom does that, and it's so hard to watch movies with her. She's like, oh shit, I gotta go get this stuff out of the dishwasher. I've got stuff in the laundry. I was like, sit the fuck down and watch this. You don't have to be or do anything.
That's
It's annoying.
my mom too. But now she has like the TV on and it's her telenovelas, but yet she's on the computer on Facebook all freaking
Your
day.
mom's on Facebook.
Yeah, we got my mom on Facebook and now she hasn't got off that shit since.
I'm gonna hit her up. Be like, what's that, mama?
So now she's me years ago when I was always on the computer. And I'm like, why are you always on the computer?
Kaiju says, my wife chose to see Brightburn over John Wick because she thought it would be a kid's Superman movie. Oh no. Oh no. It's the furthest thing from a kid movie. I'm an adult and that shit made me squeamish.
Oh,
The
did you
the
not see
fucking the
preview?
jaw thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was like the one of
Ugh.
the big graphic scene in there. For sure. One of the
When you
big
fuck.
graphic
Ugh.
scene.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but oh my god. Yeah, that was nasty. Shame I
Nasty
went to that day.
things
Yeah.
she learned. She saw John Wick kill people.
John Wick is like watching Jedi's fight. I mean, you don't really see a lot of blood. They just kind of fall over, and then you don't think about him because he's already fighting the next guy.
You see the little bit of splurt of blood everywhere.
It's like schmutz. It just kind of hits the camera, and it's fine. But when Brightburn kills somebody, he rips their face off. When Brightburn kills somebody, he fucking laser eyes them to death. Like, it's oh my god.
It's funny, like his name is Brightburn, which is pretty good name though. If you call
Well,
it.
it's not. It's technically it's the name of the town.
Yeah,
His name was Brandon Breyer. I don't know. Everybody just calls him Brightburn because that's the name of the movie.
it's what it should be.
BB.
BB.
Like the kid in Kill Bill 1 and 2. BB.
Oh, that was her name, right?
Yeah, that was the little girl's name.
And she was wait, Beatrice, right?
Beatrix.
Yeah,
Beatrix Kiddo.
there you go. So
Black Mamba.
this whole time they said kiddo. They were technically right. We thought it was just like kiddo. It was nice, little nice. Ah, I see what you did there.
Yep.
Guy, that guy.
I was
Kill
lucky
Bill.
with those movies because I got to see them together. Because I didn't see Kill Bill 1 in theater. I waited till it came out to rent. And then right at the same time as it came out to rent, Kill Bill 2 came out in the theater. So I got to watch them back to back.
Man, I thought you had like there was like a special screening. It's like, well, Kill Bill Volume
No.
2 is out, so now you can watch Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2. Somewhere in the world, there's actually like a whole joint one long movie of it together.
Yeah,
It's
there's some fan cuts I've seen, and there's even ones where they put it in chronological order. So that way
ah,
it's not all like all over the place like fucking Tarantino movies are.
he likes it like that. It's his style.
It annoys the shit out of me. I want to do the same thing. I want to take it and cut it, edit it down, and put it all in chronological order. Hey, what's up? The
16.
six.
Okay,
Now we have too
this
many 16 bits.
this one I call 16-bit. The other one I would just call Kaiju. I made up my mind.
There you go.
There you go.
What's the bit after the end? Tax a lot. There you go. Just call him tax a lot.
He taxes a lot. Taxalotto.
He's like the IRS man in WWF. Talk about that. That's how old I am, by the way.
Taking it back. Taking it back.
So we did want to bring up the fact that there's a leering elephant in the room that it is 9/11,
Nine
and
on say.
it's been 18 years since the tragedy and attacks, whatever you want to call them. But we're more concerned of, I mean, that's the concern. We're not like brushing that off like that shit didn't happen, but we're more wanting to talk about how things have changed between then and now.
Well, me personally, from working at the airport, a lot changed Basso.
A lot.
I mean, I didn't freaking work back then, but when traveling, you can tell. And though they got a little bit softer now, but it's still, you tell this whole country has changed since then.
Yeah.
What was very difficult was that time period when it happened, and there was all this like mad hate against Middle Eastern people, you know, and that is freaking, that's awful. And we went to that route, but it happened in our history before when Pearl Harbor happened, and we were all like setting our sights on every Japanese American and stuff
Yeah.
and such. We got past that hatred. There's this wrestler. He's from Chicago, Mustafa Ali, who just goes by Ali now. I used to watch him when he wrestled in freelance wrestling. He is now a big WWE superstar. I mean, fantastic. I'm much love to him, and he's been out there just being this positive figure, and it's part of his character. I mean, it's just who he is. He calls himself the light and the hope or whatever stuff like that. And there's people in the chat room who watch wrestling know what I'm talking about. But he talked about that time period being in Chicago and when 9/11 happened and how he felt everybody's hot eyes on him, and there was this sudden like just hatred. And then when he was doing wrestling, because he's Middle Eastern, they wanted him to play a terrorist and blah blah blah. And he was like, "No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be part of that." And then he finally gave in and did it for a little bit. And he remembered one time that this kid was just screaming at him, and because that's part of the show of wrestling. You go out there and you play your heel. You're
Right.
supposed to get people pissed off. And this one kid was just like, blah, 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 and that he sensed that it wasn't just part of the show. He sensed that real hatred from it coming from this kid's eyes. So he said no, and he stopped that, and he just continued being just a character. And what's good about him is that he doesn't present himself like, hey, look, I'm Middle Eastern. No, he's just a person. You know what I'm saying? He's
Exactly.
it's just that it's like me going, like me. I don't go out there and present myself like crazy, like, hey, look, I'm Puerto Rican. No, it's just I'm me, and I happen to be Puerto Rican, and that's what he is. Like, I'm me, and I happen to be Middle Eastern. And yes, I follow this religion and I do this and this tradition, but I'm just me. I'm just a regular guy. So that's something that's good to see someone, especially after that day of 9/11, that we see that it's not all them, quote unquote, who attacked us, and that there are just regular people, and that we can't just let hatred uh, uh, surround us and blind us to whoever we see. And that just goes to any race. Don't put these hatred goggles on to black people. Don't put these hatred goggles on to white people. It's just, there's a specific section of these races that are fucking idiots, but that should not represent everyone as a whole. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I hate these people who are Trump followers and they're all white, but that doesn't mean that all these other white people are fucking trying to make America great again. Not that way. They're trying to make America great again by continuing to show love and support and equality, not be bigots and hatred and just plain stupid. And now I'm just going back to, like, I'm surprised this guy has been around for so long and so many years. But yeah, we're it's something that we won't ever fully be rid of, which is the racism and the hatred and stuff like that. But it's evident that there's there's people out there who don't follow it and are trying their best to remove it, and it, hopefully one day it'll be less and less. It'll still present itself around there, and there'll still be some kind of event like 9/11 that'll freaking cause more stuff. But it's our goal to like unite and be there for each other and not let it consume us. Yeah.
Word. There's this metal band that I like called Die Art is Murder, and they have this song on their new album called um, Make America Hate Again. And it's about that, about how that whole rhetoric of his campaign is just about bigotry and hatred, and how it just makes enemies out of everybody, and how, anybody that tries to, um, speak up and try to fight against it, now you're this or you're that, and everybody's a snowflake, and there's no talking anymore. It's just about people always having to have the last word or screaming and yelling, and it is just all about hate anymore. And the whole fact that somebody like that got voted into president, and just goes to show where we're at as a country. Like, you get what you deserve in one way, you know. I think that when the country is wiser and we kind of get our shit together where we can regroup and be one instead of being so divided like we are now, I think we'll get the president we truly deserve for the better.
We just need those positive figures, and that's what's good. Like right now, that there's still
Yeah.
those positive figures that are out there that clearly, mm, you know what's right, and we got people supporting them. And eventually, one day, this will end.
Yep.
Um, all it all it did is show people's true faces, and
It was also kind of like backtracked us. Like, if you looked at where we were in the 90s, like the 90s were very progressive and we are very moved forward. And then to the early, 2000s, where everybody was like, okay, gays are cool and this and that. And it was like we were moving forward in this great way. And then I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, during the Bush Cheney administration, everything just fucking went backwards. So it's always like this two steps forward, one step forward, two steps back kind of thing, where anytime we try to make some progress, these, Puritans have to come and like, oh, no, no, we're going to make everything like it used to be, and we're going to take everybody's rights away, and only white religious people can fucking have a vote. And it's really aggravating when, this is like the future and we should be living like all Star Trek where we don't have money.
oh my god, that would be fucking fantastic. That was be freaking. I think it was the last show we talked about how we should have all smart houses, with the hand digital readers and face
Yes.
scanners and sliding doors and
Sliding
whatnot.
doors and the fucking lights that come on by themselves. I want all of that stuff.
All that good shit. But when we put idiots in office, it just holds up back because he doesn't believe in global warming and doesn't improve science.
At all. Like, not just science, like, our education rate in the country's, like, gone down. Like, where, they have this weird way of kids doing math now that takes like 40 extra steps, and they don't teach cursive and language anymore, and everyone talks like an idiot. It's really sad that the direction we're heading is like the opposite of the way we should be going. And I'm not saying that as a leftist or a rightist. I'm just saying that as an observer, we could be this very Jetson-esque Star Trek living life, and like harmony and exploring the universe, but instead we're fighting over, who has gluten and who doesn't.
And
Turn up my
it's,
mic. Okay.
I don't know why. I mean, I could hear it perfectly clear.
It's a new mic, so I'm like, I don't ever know if it's too loud or too soft.
It's probably me that's too loud because my shit does. That's why I say I gotta.
So you have the whole mic in your mouth.
That's right. Okay, how about lower? How about now? How am I?
You sound great.
Yeah.
I turned on before because, like I said, I got a new mic and it could pick up like everything.
Turned up for what?
Pump up the volume.
I think I was gonna say that despite how tragic and sad 9/11 was, it did bring the country together.
For a
And
minute. Yeah.
yes, for a minute, and we just need to go back to that where we're all one. But that's not gonna happen unless we're like fucking invaded by fucking aliens and the president makes a beautiful fucking speech and we all, gotta fight for our Independence Day.
I used to read like conspiracy theory stuff because I think it's hilarious. And one of them is that we're backwards engineering UFOs so that we can create our own UFOs so that we could have a false flag attack by aliens that don't exist. And for that very
So
purpose, so that we would have like a common enemy and then we would all like love each other again and it would be us against them because that's the only real way that Americans come together because we don't give a fuck about each other but we should. But when we did it during 9/11 it was because we had a common enemy. Everybody was like, thought that the Middle Eastern people were going to come get us and all this stuff. And so it was like everybody against them. And now it's just everybody against everybody again.
so basically the end of Watchmen in the comics at
There you
least.
go. Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Danny.
lot like that. But that's a whole weird conspiracy theory you can read about. It's really funny.
In the topic of 9/11, I believe a lot of conspiracies, but I'm not gonna get into. I mean,
We're
I'm
not,
not like,
yeah, I can,
yeah, I'm not
that's a
fully
whole
like
episode we could talk about.
completely in depth and like I told people before, like, look, I don't really care about politics. I think it's fucking fucked up, stupid. Everybody is just greedy up there, looking out for themselves, and there's some people who are actually trying to do something. But just because I don't talk about it so much or look it up or blah 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 doesn't mean I'm not blind about shit. And
Right.
I know some things that are happening out there. I just don't want, like, it's not my purpose in life to be about that. There's people out there who are really extreme about it, and they have the power and the will and all that motivation to fight that war. While my purpose in life, I feel, is just to bring you guys happiness and, like, make you smile and laugh at a time when you feel like shit. And if there's anything that our Sitting on Dubs documentary proved, is that happened. There was people like totally depressed that watched our videos and felt good, and that makes me feel like, okay, I might not have gone far in life like I wanted to, but god
Right.
damn it, that right there felt great, and I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't, you know take it back, or what's the phrase? I wouldn't like change it for anything. I wouldn't change it. That was great, and it's funny because even making the videos was therapeutic for myself as well. I When my father was on his last like weeks, I made stupid little martial art videos in the backyard with my friends, just to, you know, it's like therapy, just to get my mind off of stuff, just to like bring some sense of ease and just life, and people with me would, you know just have fun for a while this was happening. It's, as much as it affected anybody's life, it also affected my life as well, especially around that time period that my way started. I mean, I didn't have a job or anything, dude. I was a bum. That's why I did so much. You know, that shit got me through stuff.
I know that you and I had talked about, we had a common friend named Gracie,
Yes.
and she was very sick, and we didn't know it because it was something she didn't talk about. And for whatever reason, she passed away. And, we talked many times that we were kind of like her escape, where she didn't have to think about it, where she could hang out with us, have a good time, laugh, ignore her illness and everything, and just kind of move forward. And really hoped that we gave her some kind of hope and, made her feel good while she was still here. And so, anything like that you can do for anybody. If you can do it and make somebody happy, just do it. Because you never know how long they're going to be here or when they're going to leave.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And that girl was an angel for sure, man. She was cool as hell, and it was tragic when it happened to us because me and Rachel were really connected to her. We thought she was really cool. She was really friendly, and I remember that she wanted to send me a hat. I forgot what kind of hat. It was something I think from Disney or whatever that I never
Yeah,
got because
she loved Disney World.
and but I think I dedicated the documentary to her because I never have we never lost someone like I considered even the cybergoons like my family is an online family and never lost anybody, and she was like the first, and it was like wow, like I would never get to meet this person and I'll never get to see this person, I'll never get to hear this person, but it felt like I've known this person,
Yeah,
and it
and
was just through the internet.
she connected very quickly. Like she kind of came out of nowhere, and she was like, playing games with us online or talking till 4 in the morning, and she really like made an impact. And I've never had somebody that I've known for so short a time make such a big impact like she did.
She was one of the guys. She was cool as fuck. It's a great loss, and well, especially me and Rachel, we constantly remember her, and
All
we'll
the
never
time.
forget about her. So, shout outs to you, Gracie. We miss you, and we hope you are checking us out still from wherever you're at.
For
Rest in
sure.
power. And Kaiju, I'm glad that our videos helped you get through so many times. It's what at least it's what I hope for. That people enjoy our videos and look past like anything that they're like. I got the majority of people like looking for just one specific thing, and yeah, one person, and if not, then it's like whatever. But for there's a lot of you out there that still enjoy anything we do, especially right now here at the Machine Room Podcast. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. This is episode 7. We didn't think we'll get it to 7. What? Did we ever say, hey, we're gonna make it to if we make it to 10, it's a fucking celebration. Like,
I'm
come
hoping that
on.
I hope we hit 1,000.
a
That's where I want to
thousand.
see us hit quadruple numbers.
A thousand, and then our characters die.
Yes,
And then we reboot it.
we did
It's
it.
good. It'll be like a comic book.
And speaking of the videos, we were talking about in the whole reference of how things have changed between now and 9/11 is the Juggernaut video then opposed to now,
Phew, ha!
and how nowadays with how PC culture came back, 20 years, like from 20 years ago, like it was in the 90s. I think it's worse now. But I remember people being so violent about it during the 90s. They were just like, could you not say that word? Now they'll like beat the shit out of you. But nowadays, people watching the Juggernaut video are talking about rape, and like you would have been banned from YouTube for a whole other reason.
Yeah. Yeah, my videos would not have gone viral as they did. Is it's a different time. Like that time right there, especially that was a time period when it was just fresh. Like that's when viral began. It was something new and crazy, and people. There was people then who were kind of bothered that there was a lot of rape jokes and whatnot, but there were people that we were even surprised. Like one interview by 2 college girls, and we were like, you like the videos, you find it funny? Because I remember at first the audience, before the video even reached the internet, before Daily Motion and Vimeo and YouTube became a thing, there was just our friends and family, you know. So I remember one of my friends, we did the video, and I'll go show him, and his sisters were, or his sister was over, and she watched it, and she didn't laugh at all. She was just like serious. So I was like, well, I guess girls are not gonna get this. And we put it on the internet months later, and women were laughing at it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess maybe she didn't like the humor. And then those two girls interviewed us, and I remember we asked them, or I asked them, it's like, so why do you like it? Because I'm kind of surprised, you know, we're there talking about like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this bitch, and oh, you know, I'm gonna rape the bitch, blah blah. And they got it. They got the whole concept, which, you know, we didn't like when we made a video. We didn't like, we didn't get like really deep and chase and become thespians. And when I was like, yes, I feel like this cartoon here is trying to say a message of no, we just interpreted what we saw. So kind of like subconsciously, we were going that deep, and they got the point that these characters are all going around wearing tight spandex, looking very sexual. We're talking about like looking like dominatrix, you know. We got jacked ass men, you got sexy women, and you got some woman being tied up in like bondage, and men surrounding her, and just all this visual image that looks very sexual, that you interpret it comedically that way. And they got the whole thing. It's like, yeah, we see that the sexual message and blah blah blah, and what you guys were trying to say, and it's just funny because that's what it looks like, that's what it's perceived as. And it's like, yeah, that's the point. But never did we like encourage like, yeah, rape is funny, and we're gonna go out there and rape and rape. And it's like, no, it's like, since then we always say we don't condone it. It was just in the context of that video, that's what it was. It's not like something, it's not a freaking theme that continued on. I don't think like
No.
Juggernaut 2 and Juggernaut 3 or nothing like that. I mean, there was the Ghostbuster one was all about bestiality, and it was just funny at the time period to the guys. They just kept going. Me, I wanted to tell them like, all right, guys, let's stop that, but they just kept going, and you know, I can't stop these guys. So every video is something, and let me tell you, when it comes to the new Dragon Ball Super one that we did, the theme is right there because the theme was in the movie, and it's just been in the show for a long period of time, and it's basically racism, I think. And it's just really funny.
Like
but
Mr. Popo.
Oh man, if there was Mr. Popo, that would have been great. There was no Mr. Popo footage in that movie, but Frieza himself is a big racist fucking character and image. So yeah. But going back to the Juggernaut bitch, yeah, that wouldn't fly today. Like if I had done that today, they would have attacked me like crazy. Like, oh, this is not funny and blah blah.
You would have been fucking like stampeded on Twitter and shit like that. Like they would have fucking just and then it would have views, but it would be people like, oh, I have to watch this because I heard it's so awful. And
yeah,
they'd be talking about it on the news, and oh my god, and they're gonna sue you, and they're taking the video down.
A whole backlash. But yet, because I did it back then, and it's us, it's fine. But you know, the topic why we discussed this was because of the Funimation clip got leaked,
right?
And they were just going off, having fun, doing sexual noises and curse words and a whole freaking long ass take of just like characters that are gay, and people are all like, what? How dare they? Or this is not professional, or that's not funny, or that's not right. And I'm over here like, this is hilarious because these people clearly were just having fun. They're doing exactly what we and so many other people were doing and are still doing, but yet since they're Funimation voice actors and it's from Funimation, it's a sin. It's bad. It's just it's unethical or whatever other words you want to use. And I'm just like, you guys need to calm the fuck down. These people were clearly like, if I was in the booth doing that, I too would be doing some stupid ass outtakes. They were just having fun. This one woman just literally, she was having fun too. She noticed that Chi Chi sounded like she was having an orgasm and continued with it. Okay, so basically, it was Chi Chi having an orgasm from her own son. It's funny. It's humor. Chill out, people. Everything doesn't have to be serious. You just gotta let loose. But if I had done that today, yeah, I guess. But I guess it'll also work like if a Marvel actor was doing something that he should have been doing. I guess he just got
That's true.
on.
But then again, it's like Kaiju said in chat. The people that are offended aren't the majority. They're just the ones, the loudest, the ones in the room. You know, just because they're the ones that are complaining and screaming so loud doesn't mean that that's what everybody thinks. But when you look at the way the internet is now and the way that news corporations just feed, get all their information from the internet, they make it sound like everybody's offended. Like they did a poll with everybody on the planet, and there's people in Africa mad. People don't give a shit. They're worried about food and making sure a lion doesn't bite their ass. Like, it's just the loudest people in the room.
Speaking of people in Africa, and LP brings this up still to this day, something that wouldn't fly and I'll get attacked for a lot back then, if it happened today, was my interpretation of Storm.
Your
I would
African voice?
I would have got my ass beat if today I made that, put it out there, and Storm was all like, "Hello," and they'd be like, "Fuck you, dude," you know.
They'll come and send two guys with dreadlocks to beat you up. Say that they were Trump supporters.
But it's funny because when I did that, it was like Randy was laughing his ass off until he found it hilarious as fuck. And then when we did Black Panther, it was all LP as the Black
Right.
Panther, and Randy found that shit hilarious too. It's just we're just having fun, people. There's no need to get your nuts in a bunch. I don't know phrases.
They were talking about that on like the Joe Rogan experience about how PC culture and how they get so offended and they make it sound like everybody on earth is offended. It's like it's just you. You're offended, and most of the people that get offended, they get offended for the wrong reasons, and it's never anything about them. Usually it's always about people get offended because they think that they're supposed to. So
Hmm.
if you make a joke like that where you're doing an African accent, some white fucking Trader Joe's motherfucker is going to be the one that screams and yells and gets offended, opposed to somebody like Randy, who is African American, who thought it was funny.
Yeah,
And that happens all the time.
I think it was really funny because if you for anybody who first saw that shit, they didn't see that coming. you know, they ever saw that coming out of Storm. It was just like
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. It
I
was like we made
remember,
Captain American. Well, it was Cuban at that time, but it was really
yeah,
supposed to be Puerto Rican.
the friend I used to watch his videos with, and the first time we heard Storm speak, we were just on the floor fucking crying. And never thought at one point, like, oh, this is wrong, we should be offended. Like, that's what I didn't understand against the whole thing, like, with people protesting against The Simpsons for that actor doing the Indian Quickie Mart guy's voice.
Oh,
So
come
he
on.
wasn't doing it to be mean or malicious. He was doing a
Yeah,
character who happened to be Indian or Pakistani. He just
Hank.
sounded like, yeah, Hank Azaria. And then that for the actor himself to get all butthurt, like, yeah, I don't want to do it anymore either. I was like, you shut the fuck up. Yes, you do because you get paid to do it.
Right? Did they really take out Apu? Apu?
That's what I heard.
Shit. I don't know. I haven't watched The Simpsons since like when it was huge.
The 90s,
Yeah,
the early
it kind of
90s.
it died out for me, and even, I remember watching it again, and I didn't laugh as much as I did back
No,
then.
it's way preachy now.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it again since the early 90s, but I had a roommate that used to watch it like clockwork every day. And I was like,
Mm.
it's just preachy now. And then for them to get all so PC that they have to fucking get rid of an entire character, I was like, that's just ridiculous.
It is. It is. It's stupid ridiculous. No one should do that. I felt like the show should have ended and they should have just kept doing movies.
Yeah,
The movie was hilarious.
when they did the first movie, that was kind of like what everybody thought. They're like, okay, they're gonna not do the show and they're just gonna do movies, and then they never did another movie.
Nope. Never. What the fuck?
We almost beat somebody up at the movie theater because they wouldn't stop laughing, like at unfunny parts when everybody's like quiet and they're listening, and he was just like, and we turned around and we like glare at him and stuff like that, and then the person that I was with turned around and goes, "If you don't shut the fuck up," and the guy got all super serious, and then eventually quit laughing at like unfunny part. It was just really weird. And I'm not advocating violence, but it was really funny.
I advocate all the violence. If someone's talking in the theater, you go over there and you fucking drop kick their ass, man. Shut the fuck up.
This is Sparta.
This is Sparta. When you said like someone who wouldn't stop laughing uncontrollably, I was just thinking about Family Guy and one of the little like flashbacks where it's like Stewie laughing. He's just like, ha 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 ha, ha. And Brian's like, oh my god, stop it.
Exactly like that. And he was like sitting almost right behind us. And it was just like, if
Mm.
you don't shut the fuck, like we, to this day, I can't tell you what that movie's about or anything because all I remember is that guy laughing.
Oh man, you know what I love though? That the new fucking Dolby theaters, whatever.
Yeah,
Those rooms are like so perfectly made for such an occasion, or to like avoid such a thing, because each row is like separated away from the other row. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you sit there, you have your recliners, your love seat that are together, then you have this wall in front of you, and then it's like perfectly set so you can see just the screen. You don't see nobody else's head, and you have a wall behind you because that's the other wall that lead to the next row. So no one sees you. You don't see them. You don't see anybody over there. You just see the people in your row. And then even if you're in the love seats, you have this big like little armrest gap between you and whoever else. So you make sure you get your seat and whoever else with you.
yeah.
So you guys sit together, and it's just perfect. Like that's how all the fucking theater should be set. So when I saw The Matrix recently and the re-release, that's the theater. That's why I was so like I gotta see it because it's gonna be in Dolby fucking digital cinema, whatever
Right.
shit. And I was there. I was chilling, laid back, reclined. The whole row was just empty, so it was just fucking me
So,
and guns, lots of guns.
so those theaters, you don't hear this all the time.
No, I don't think so. Like I don't hear anything really, and I could have been on my phone too because I realized like no one can see me. You know, even if you sit all the way up there, you don't see that because you just see this wall.
If you bring crinkly candy wrappers like that to a movie theater, like you should have your hands cut off, like
I,
old school Arabian Nights kind of shit.
I'm just gonna be honest, and it's kind of it's kind of fucked up because the theaters make money out of the concession stands. But I say just bring your own shit, bring your own shit, have it ready, nigga, and fucking eat it in there.
Bring quiet shit like burritos. Like that doesn't ever bother anybody.
I remember back in high school, the movie theater one around here, there's a Burger King in front of it. So we would get Burger King, put in our book bags, go into the movie theater, bam, eating a freaking chicken sandwich while watching whatever I was watching, Star Wars or
Oh
something.
yeah, I'll take like Taco Bell and stuff like that. It's a nice quiet thing, and you can hide it. You can just
Yes.
like noise.
Yes. Yes, but it's not 9/11 anymore. It's 9/12 now.
Now it is for you, not for me. I'm
Oh
still
shit!
on Mountain Time. It's 11 here.
Oh shit! Well, then you're still mourning over there.
Yeah, we're still sad. Oh,
Uh,
and Danny too. Danny's 2 hours behind.
Danny, the sun's still out for you, Danny. It's be weird. The West Coast is weird because over here it's like it's fucking midnight. And over there it's like it's 5 o'clock. You know, it's like what the fuck? Why is the sun still out? What the hell's going on?
They got flip flops and tank tops on.
Yeah,
It's all weird.
it's still hot. It's hot over here for some reason. It should be fall already. Not that I'm like craving it, but
I
I don't
know.
want heat. You know?
I'm so ready for fall and all the pumpkin smells.
Yeah, fall. It's just I know that once fall hits, it's gonna be that winter. But I love the fall. Yeah.
How many more days? I think it's on the 22nd this year.
I don't know.
11. So not far. We're almost there.
We're almost there. The Machine Room podcast is about to enter its first fall season, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Or just gentlemen, because I don't see any ladies in the chat room.
Not yet.
Not yet. So all these gentlemen, bring your ladies in too. I'm sure they're gonna love the show. I tried to bring my girl in, but she was having difficulties. Her internet was being a bitch and wouldn't let her come in. So shout out to my beautiful Rocio. I'm sorry you couldn't be here, but we want you in the show one night.
For sure.
For show. She sure enough would have fucking interesting things to say. We went we were in Milwaukee over the weekend.
It's beer country.
Is it? Because felt like it was lame. Let me tell you. Madison, Wisconsin, CrossFit country, yes, but it was always popping. It was always popping. It was always nice. Milwaukee. Okay, first of all, we went to like the state fair area because that's where the convention was at, and the convention was actually more better than the first one we went
More
to
better.
over there. So yeah, more better if that's a phrase. It's not, but it was even better, and it was still small, but it was bigger. And we learned from our last one, and she's all like, "We're going vertical." So we had like this little stand, and that's where we put the artwork at, and blah blah. And we chilled, and there was actually more traffic because Milwaukee felt like there was more of a place where there would be geeks at, not fucking Madison, where everybody was just like, I'm buff, bro," and they were all fucking like, what's the word I'm looking? Frat boys
Dude bros.
and yeah, do bros and shit. A bunch of bros over there and shit, CrossFit and like, I'm making this much money and I'm driving a Lambo and CrossFit, shit like that. Milwaukee was more of a diverse kind of city and everybody was like normal USA. But when the convention ended, oh, by the way, I got a lightsaber out of the convention.
Prove
Like,
it.
fine. Oh shit! I had to get up and get it. But this guy was selling the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi lightsaber.
That's the one he
Okay,
made.
so that black series, yeah, the black saber. No, not black. What they called it, the black series lightsaber that I never got to buy because they're over $100 or something like that, and I just never sell myself like, I'm gonna spend 100 something on this. It's like, no, I can't see. I just like, I want to sell. And then that lightsaber was like not even being sold for a long ass time. Now they just sell the Anakin Skywalker one from the Force Awakens, that other Luke one. When he first got it in the first A New Hope and Empire Strike Back, that now Rey has. So when I saw this, I was like, oh sweet, and it said, yeah, I'm selling it for $80. I was like, oh shit, I can do this. All right, fuck it. Hey man, selling this 80. He's like, you know what, man? I'll sell it to you for 70. I'm like, oh well, shit, sold. So I got that lightsaber. So now I got the Luke Skywalker lightsaber. Kid. Oh, and also something else. Okay, wait, before I get the saber, we were sitting down, and then across from us on this table some lady just picked up some shade. She picked up some shades. She put it down. And I remember I was talking to Rosie. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I looked and I was like, and then in mid conversation, I was like, hold on. And I just got up and walked over there. I ran over there. And I went. I looked at the table. I was like, hey. And I grabbed this and I'm like, how much are these? He's like
Oh shit.
$5. And I'm like, so
Yes.
I had to get the freaking bebop shades. Damn, I'm
Oh
trying to
my
put this on
fucking
with my
god.
damn
That looks so great.
ooh, the bebop shades.
That is so rad.
3D printed, baby.
It's like the best thing ever.
Right? It's just dope. So I'm just gonna be in the machine room with the bebops all night long right now.
That's better than the Kanye's.
Yes, definitely, right?
For
Like
sure.
I should make a music video and just pop up with these motherfuckers and try to get that trending and stuff.
Yeah,
Make them
make a new and big ups to Christian Slater too.
because we do love Christian Slater with a passion. Let me tell you.
Totally.
That's why I'm waiting for Christian Slater and Keanu to just cross paths and be in a movie. Hey, Keanu, put
He could
Christian
be in
Slater.
John Wick 4.
Yes, put Christian Slater and John Wick 4, please. We need it. Oh, the lightsaber, right. Hold on.
Yes. Prove it.
Okay. All right. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh,
You
shit.
can't see him just.
Set up. You don't understand. There's limited area here.
His room is like a big closet. Here he comes.
You're probably talking mad shit about me or
Talking
something.
mad shit about his fat ass.
Shit. Hold on.
Oh, there he is. We didn't say anything.
Yeah, sure you didn't. Sure. Anyways, here it is.
Oh,
Look at all that.
nice.
See? So there it is right there, and then I just go. Ooh, sounds sexy. Now I finally have my own lightsaber that I always wanted. So you know what I'm doing when Star Wars comes out.
You're gonna be that dick at the movie theater making all the sounds.
Nah. But if people turn on theirs, I'm gonna be like,
Oh shit.
I'm gonna turn mine's on too.
I'm gonna gain a bunch of weight and just go as a tauntaun.
And then I'm gonna get the lightsaber, be right by you, and I'll be
Pat
like,
my stomach.
and I thought this smelled bad. On the outside.
Exactly.
So, anyways, Milwaukee, right after the convention, there was like some rodeo, not rodeo, but there was like some kind of tournament or contest, something like that, where they had these girls were riding horses. They just had to ride them to a barrel, around another barrel, and then back and beat a time, you know. So whoever could do that run real quick. So we saw that for a minute because horses, and my girl loves animals, so she was really like geeked to see horses doing their horse thing and galloping and whatnot. It's always fascinating to go somewhere else and experience the culture. It's very country up there, which is weird because it's Wisconsin, so. I mean, it's more up north. I think it's more country down south. But then again, it's like the southern part of Wisconsin. So I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Then after that, we headed down to downtown Milwaukee. And from what we saw on the, Google is saying like, yeah, these are the spots and it's lively and it's nice and it's hip. And we get there and it's dead. Dead as fuck. There's hardly anybody else. The nice city looks nice, but there's nothing going on. It's like 5 o'clock in the evening. I'm guessing maybe it pops off late at night, but yeah, we came to a conclusion that it's just dead in Milwaukee. Milwaukee's lame, and that's when we came up with the term "party like in Milwaukee." There's no party in Milwaukee, y'all, at all. None. I don't know. I was hoping for more. There was this nice little river walk that we wanted to do, but it just looked dead, and it was real cloudy and shit like that. Man. It's funny because outside of the fucking city, it seemed more lively, but inside the city, what's dead?
It's dead.
It's dead as fuck.
Just like your marriage.
Oh shit! Mm.
What just happened?
Ow!
We broke Naz.
Well,
Did
that
you
was probably
die?
captured. That was probably
Yeah,
captured.
that's on the internet now.
I just tried to move the mic a little bit, and the shit hit my teeth.
Ooh, that shit hurts.
Imagine if my teeth got chipped because of this mic.
You should get a new mic, one that has this thing on it.
I need to get the thing on it.
Because it makes the sound when you rub it.
Oh, go ahead. Tell them what your mic's called.
Goldar dick. Oh, it's Goldar dick.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna call this like fucking.
Process that.
Oh,
That's your
shit.
Black Panther dick, Mike.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm not gonna call it the Black Panther.
I did. I said it. Because I don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's the new mic, Danny, that I was talking about. It has the stand and arm.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Hammer Venus did not play. She's like, I'm gonna be machine room ready for show. I'm gonna get it.
I have a new headset for my Xbox too. So when I do gaming on my Xbox, people can actually hear me.
There you go. Check her out, Hammer Venus, on Twitch and now Twitter.
Yeah, I'm back on Twitter.
Twitter.
Me and my friend Heather, that was actually on the show, she was talking about, God, I miss Twitter, and it was so much better. I'm going to go back to it. And I was like, yeah, if you do, I will. And
I did.
I waited. And then she's like, I asked her, did you already go back to Twitter? She's like, oh, yeah, I did. I was like, well, shit, I guess I will too. But that way it's easier for me, like, for people to find me for streaming and stuff like that too. So they'll know when I'm streaming instead of just popping up on there one day and be like, hey, I'm streaming.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So follow her, Hammer Venus. Follow me, Nostradamus, and then we're all in it together. All in the machine room,
One
bro.
big world.
One big, crazy, juicy world. Hold on, because I know I had something here.
I thought you were going to say Jewy. I was like, I don't
One
know
big,
where you were going to take it there.
Jewy world. I don't even know why I went there myself. Oh, man.
Thank you. What's your name? Gabtilla? Tell me if I'm mispronouncing your name, because I can't read.
She can't
I was
read.
trying to say read stuff in Spanish, and I totally like butchered the shit out of it, so I can't read.
I had this coworker.
I'm right? Okay, cool, thank you.
I had this coworker today. This chick. It's a black girl, and I guess her
What does that have
supervisor.
to do with the story?
No, because this is the story. The supervisor. No. Wait, she was on some other flight. Well, anyways, this other supervisor came in, and he's Puerto Rican, right? And of course, he has the Puerto Rican thick accent, you know. But you can understand his English. It's not fucking horrible. And she has this beef with anybody there speaking Spanish, and then commented on his English, and it was like, I don't know, like I was offended, you know, kind of in a way, like I was offended. And I mean, a part of me gets like, okay, I understand that you don't like it when someone's talking another language because you think they're talking about you, but for the most part, no one is. But still, like, don't come at my boy like that and talk about his freaking accent when it's not even that bad. Like I've heard like worse people.
What was her like whole point? Like, why was she not liking his accent?
I don't know. She was just going to the point. She was just making a point like she can't understand him, and you was calling him out on stuff that he was saying wrong. And then I remember some other day, like she was flipping on the female driver and how she was talking Spanish. And it's like, don't be talking Spanish, you bitch, stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, shit, like cool it, you know?
Wow. See,
I don't know.
like here in New Mexico, that wouldn't fly because it's probably like half Mexican. So, like, everything's in Spanish here.
Uh, it's
Yeah, I doubt her English is that good too, Gabtella.
it's true. It's true. I screamed at her, but it wasn't like in a like kind of way. It was because we had to do something,
Hmm.
and I'm like, all right. I was already annoyed by something else that was happening, and then I wanted everybody to get to the job. Get the job, get
Done.
on the job. Yeah, get on the job.
Do
Get
it.
get the
Get her
job done.
done.
Yeah, get her gun. And I'm like, all right, forward walk, come on. And then she's like, no, I don't know who he's screaming at. He better not scream at me. And then I turned around again. I was like, forward walk, let's do it. She's like, I'm gonna scream at you. Forward walk, come on. Like,
Wow.
give a shit. Like we don't have patience anymore. And these people are coming to work and then they're complaining. There's like school shit going on here where like one dude and one girl can't work together now because he's fucking mad at her or something like that. And apparently like she's been talking to somebody else and they were not even an item. And then homeboy was mad at some other dude because he thought that she was talking to him and now she's talking to. I'm like, this is some high school shit. Like,
It's
guys,
like
come to
fucking
work.
Melrose Place over there.
Yeah, like, come to fucking work. Just do your fucking job. Stop being lazy because these motherfuckers are getting lazy. And it's like, come on, man, just fuck. And then they don't know that I'm technically like supervisor status, so I can scream at you all I fucking want. Like, get the job done.
Does she speak English well, or is she like Moesha?
It's not that bad as Moesha, but yeah, she from the hood and misunderstood.
There you go. You're making me self-conscious about my glasses. Now I'm gonna have to like get my cool Ray-Bans and try to outdo you.
I forgot that I got the V-bots on.
You do. I have my 90s, or not my 90s, my 80s Ray-Bans.
Oh man, I wish I had the digital glasses I had in fucking Bad City Fighters. These should be my next one for like the
Cabbage
second one.
head.
Can't wait to have grandma's cookies.
That's my favorite thing ever. That, and if you ever greenlight one of my scripts.
Oh yeah, like the 9/11 one.
Yes, since we're talking about 9/11.
Oh man, that caught me off guard. I was like, whoa.
Here
Oh
we go.
shit. Oh shit. Here come the men in black. It's the MIBs. You see, this is how it is. Now, you know what? Everybody, when you're in the machine room, you gotta have your cool glasses on from
You
now on.
do.
It's just how it is, yo.
I feel like
I
Stevie Wonder in this bitch.
I was just gonna say that. I feel like you're about to bust out with some smooth ass fucking jazz and blues.
No, I can't read shit because these aren't prescription.
Speaking of, you say Ray Charles, right?
I said Stevie Wonder.
Oh, you said Stevie Wonder. Where I'm thinking Ray Charles, and there was this something. Someone wrote something on the door. I don't know who did it, a coworker, and it was just like Ray Charles to the bullshit, and we were cracking up. Like, what the fuck's that mean? And LP's like, oh, you just gotta be blind to the bullshit. So now that's a phrase we say. Ray Charles to the bullshit.
My
Hashtag.
Gab's talking about my pimp shades.
You got them pimp shades going on.
These are real Ray-Bans. These are the real deal.
That she's a real Man in Black, or Man in Black. It was a touched on the new. I was gonna get the new Men in Black movie, but I was like, eh. I
You should
saw it. It was
you should get
good.
that new Elton John movie. So that
I
way I can
do.
watch it.
I do want Rocket Man. I haven't seen it myself, but it caught me off guard the week that it came out. It's like one movie a week. I can't splurge and
Oh
get like
yeah.
two.
Especially this time of year, like with the holidays not far away, it's gonna be like movie, 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 movie.
Yeah. And Black Friday comes, and those motherfuckers are gonna be like $5, $10. That's when I
Yeah.
start
I do that
getting
with
them.
games. Hold up.
Shit, that scared the hell out of me.
What did you do?
Ooh, please, girl, don't let something just go through that door.
You can see.
I know what.
Shut up. Hold on a sec. Talk amongst
Oh
yourselves.
shit. Oh shit. All right, so it was gonna
Yeah.
be me and y'all today.
Oh, thank
What's
you.
up?
Yeah,
I mean, does she know that we can hear her though?
let's put it right there. Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm just gonna commentate what I'm
It
seeing
is.
here.
It's
All right,
full.
and someone brought some stuff, and now someone's looking at me.
Amazon?
They're going crazy. Hi,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing? How you doing? She's wearing like a t-shirt, some
Good
shorts.
night.
Uh, I think she has a little tattoo on her ankle. It looked like she had a tattoo on her ankle. Okay, she's gone now, and we're clear. I had to do a live commentary of what I was
Okay.
seeing because they still heard
Of course
everything.
you did.
Was she like, "Who the fuck is that?" It was so cool and shit.
No, she thought I was working, and I work from Amazon. I'm like, we don't work on camera at Amazon.
And damn, Amazon got some cool shit.
Yeah. That's what we wear at work at Amazon. It's bebop shades.
Oh my god, I love when I saw this and he said $5. I was like, sold, nigga. And then I just had $5 in my wallet, like it was meant to be.
Pay up.
You know. Mm-hmm.
You guys saw my dog? Yeah, her too. They're loud as shit.
Doggies,
Look at that one. He's crazy.
doggy,
He's crazy.
doggies.
I am pretty sure my Chihuahua's a sociopath that murders at night.
I'm pretty sure every Chihuahua is.
He's fucking psycho.
But does your Chihuahua want Taco Bell?
Always. We have a strict Taco Bell and Chipotle diet.
Oh my god, Chipotle.
Hmm.
Chipotle away.
So my roommate has. Okay, well, that's the short version. The long version is he was having stomach pains, went to the ER. They thought his intestine ruptured and got transferred in an ambulance to a city like 2 hours from here because they thought they were going to have to do emergency surgery. Come to find out, he has something called diverticulitis, and it's like these little pockets in his intestines that can like fill up and pop.
Hmm?
But like likely they didn't pop. So they just got back today. They were gone for almost a week. So I took his wife. We basically followed the ambulance slowly behind because the ambulance is fast. But moral of the story is I got Chipotle out of it, so it was a good trip.
That's a whole Chipotle
That's
commercial.
that's the whole commercial.
That's the whole
Me
Chipotle
eating
commercial.
Chipotle, yum. I was like, "Oh, you're here? Did you bring Chipotle? Oh,
Get
goodbye."
well. Get well soon. Here's your Chipotle.
He's like, they were starving him and just giving him IVs and all that. I was like, "That's cool. I'm gonna go to Chipotle now."
It could have been a good Mentos commercial too. Do 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 do. Ooh ah.
Popping them in your mouth.
Bring those back. Can
I
you
like the
imagine?
fruity ones.
Can you imagine the creative commercial they'll come up with today?
They should do my 9/11 commercial.
Oh man. Oh, I was gonna mention something. Oh right. Hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do they want to reboot Face Off?
Oh my god, and Tank Girl.
And well, I could see Tank Girl because
But no, they shouldn't reboot any of those because you can still like put them in and enjoy the movie. Like, why would you want to ruin that? Like they did
Well,
in Ghostbusters.
they probably want to make a more accurate Tank Girl. I don't know how accurate that other one was. The other
Oh, I
one was.
heard the creator Tank Girl hated it. Like
Yes.
absolutely hated it.
So I could see why make it more accurate that, but
And they ran out of money.
I can't see Face Off without Nick and Travolta.
I want to take his face
It's off.
off.
Unless you get 8711, that team behind John Wick, to do it, and the
That would
action
be
scenes will be
that would
fucking.
be great.
Then I'm just like, all right, let's do this. Or and put Christian Slater in it.
Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves rebooting every movie ever.
We did it. Christian Slater, Keanu Reeves, Face Off.
Yes, there
That's
it
it.
is.
That's it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Make it happen. Petition it right now.
And then
Whatever studio is doing it.
and then they'll go way back and do old reboots like Gone with the Wind, but with Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves.
Yes. Danny, see Mama's way. See Mama's
See
way.
Mama's Way.
Oh man, that'd be fucking perfect.
They could do remake How High, the Method Man and Redman movie, but it would be Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves.
So, coming to 2024, the year where there's been all these remakes in Hollywood starring Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves.
Like 40 movies in 1 year.
Well. We're gonna talk about the new Keanu Reeves Christian Slater movie coming out this weekend. It's Point Break, a whole new reboot starring Keanu Reeves and also Christian Slater and what was the other character name? And the damn it, who was he?
Which guy?
The other one that passed away. That was in Point Break.
Who passed away?
Patrick Swayze. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Christian Slater playing the Patrick Swayze character in Point Break. I like that little voice of mine. That should be my radio voice.
It should be. And then I'll just
Yeah.
do the Bruce Willis thing from Fifth Element. Thrilled.
Why isn't there a Fifth Element sequel?
There should have been, but
There should have been.
stupid critics didn't like it, and critics don't mean shit to me, and Fandango should go fuck itself.
Fandango existed then?
No. What's the one I'm thinking of?
Rotten Tomatoes?
Rotten Tomatoes, that's the one.
They existed then?
I don't know, I'm just saying that critics suck.
That movie did well in the theaters though. I remember it being number one.
I just remember people said that like critics didn't like it and this and that, and I'm like, so who the fuck is a critic? A critic is some douchebag that watches like shit I don't like.
Fuck that shit, dude. Fuck that shit. Danny Adi is asking, what do we think of?
Jovovich?
Yes.
How you say her name?
Yes,
Mila
Mila
Jovovich.
Mila
I've heard
Jo.
her say her name, and I'm like, yeah, it's one of those.
You're Lilu Dallas, damn it.
I love her. I love everything she's ever done, except for Ultraviolet. I think that movie
What?
could have been better.
What?
I love her. I think she's great. She came into my Best Buy once in West Hollywood, and she was really cool to everybody.
Did it fucking come into your Best Buy? Everybody came to. You see, Danny's with me.
Did.
I love Ultraviolet. It's so it's unique.
I just thought it was goofy. Like, you can tell, like, she wasn't into it, and she's, like, deathly afraid of motorcycles. So every motorcycle scene, you could tell, like, she wasn't really into it.
Oh well, then we need to have a hashtag. Stop pulling Mila Jovovich on cycles.
Motorcycles, yeah.
Yes. God damn it. It doesn't need to happen anymore.
She did on, what was that, the third Resident Evil, she had a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
She had that BMW bike.
It was all green screen. You know who had a
Green screen.
motorcycle? Keanu versus ninjas. Oh my god.
Keanu. He has a bunch of bikes in real life, too.
Oh yeah, he's
And speaking of which, we've gotten so far off topic, but everything's about Keanu Reeves
everything goes back to Keanu and Christian Slater now.
and Christian Slater.
Those two are just gonna go side by side. Just call this podcast Keanu and Christian Slater.
Big ups.
To Christian Slater.
I found a GIF that I made of that. I'm gonna have to post it back on the internet.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I don't remember when, but at some point. But I still have it because I keep everything.
As you should.
Yes.
I do have like photos from back then too, and memes that people made and all that stuff. They're just there in a folder. It's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy. Wow. Put Keanu Reeves, put Christopher Walken in the next John Wick too.
There you go. Christopher Walken, Hugo Weaving. That would be
Christian
great.
Slater.
Christian Slater.
Yes.
That's
All
the
those
movie
people.
right there. Just all of them in a room
Yeah,
telling
that's all them
John
at the
Wick
high table.
stories.
That's all them at the high table.
You know, he
Yes.
somebody with a pencil.
Mr. Wick, good to see you. Look bad.
You have to do some movements too, because he's such a like orchestrated person.
Wow. That's how you get by walking. Just go wow. It's a goat.
I love it.
Big ups to Ultraviolet. I don't give a fuck.
What else? What was another movie she did that people didn't like?
To Hellboy.
Yeah, they didn't like her in Hellboy, but I haven't watched it yet because I'm lazy. I've been watching John Wick.
As you should. There's nothing wrong with that.
No. Makes you
Huh.
buy all 3 John Wicks. That's all that you do all the time.
You like Joe Bish. Well, she does anything her husband does.
Pretty much.
I need more cowbell. She's gonna be in a Monster Hunter movie. Oh man, we'll see how that turns out.
Eh.
She's been in a lot. Can't remember.
So,
Zoolander.
what else has changed since 9/11?
Um,
Besides airports and PC culture and people being shitty to each other. Food. People that we had this like food epidemic with like,
did we?
yeah, I think like I wouldn't call it like a revolution or something, but I think people are really more in tune to different kinds of foods and spices and cooking, and it's really cool. That's kind of, to bring in a positive thing opposed to all the things we've talked about up to this point, besides Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves, is that it's been really cool to see all these new chefs come up and all these different things that people make. And like, if you ever watch like the Food Network and stuff like that, if you're a foodie, it's really cool to see the kind of shit that people make, especially like all the stuff that people make with weed. I think that's
Weed.
like my favorite to watch.
Huh? I never thought about that. I never thought about like in Chicago itself. I notice it, but I never thought of it like after 9/11. Because here is like food everywhere.
Yeah.
Food central. It's just so many places to eat, and I live in like the hipster central, so there's so many new things popping up on top.
You have some hipster ass people in your neighborhood. Holy shit.
It does.
It's amazing.
It makes it interesting. It makes stuff interesting. That's why I don't know how y'all live and just secluded from the world kind of stuff. There's nothing going on.
I know, you've got some croc wearing Trader Joe's going fucking hipsters in your neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I never thought about like the food explode. I was gonna say epidemic explosion happening since 9/11.
I
You
don't
know
know
what?
a good word for it. I mean, it's
Renaissance, maybe.
Renaissance. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like, it wasn't something that I used to think about. Back in the day, it was just like, I'm just going to eat something to make my stomach shut up. And then now it just seems like you've got every kind of restaurant, you've got any kind of thing that you want to make. You can find a recipe on the internet, and you can watch stuff online, or people like Gordon Ramsay, and they can teach you how to make the stuff. Or I just think it's a lot better than opposed to 18 years ago. It was just kind of like people didn't give a shit.
Here's McDonald's and Burger King, and have
Yeah,
fun.
yeah. Here's this. Shut up.
Now is they're like really getting. There's places that just getting really creative with their food, and it's like, why are you even doing this?
Right.
But yeah, yeah, and also the whole like vegetarian items. You know, people they're
Oh,
trying to
then you
get
get
to
into
that.
another negative, and then you have vegans.
Oh yes, they out there. They're out there.
They're out there.
They're out there.
I have nothing against vegans, okay? I have a problem with extremists. No matter what kind of extremist it is. If you're any kind of extremist, you're going to get annoying.
If you're a food extremist,
Well, it's always
wait, how
like,
do you food
they're always
extremist?
like telling you, like, okay, like, it goes with anything anybody does that's different. So if somebody, like, starts a new workout regimen or a new diet, they always want everybody else to do it with them. Instead of just like doing their own thing and being like, okay, this is the thing that I'm doing. I'm going to keep it to myself. It's like, no, I'm vegan now. Now I'm never going to talk about anything else other than being vegan.
Jeez. Okay, I get that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I deal with that, but in a geek kind of way, where someone gets into something and then all they talk about is that,
Yes,
and you're like, all right, I get it.
like Walking Dead.
Shut up about it. All right.
Have you guys heard of Walking Dead though? Shut the fuck up.
When it came out, Christian Slater streamers, I welcome them. I
I'm a
welcome.
John Wick extremist.
I welcome all that.
Cars are way different. Now they're like all cameras and Jetsons, and you can watch TV when you're driving.
I guess in that sense of cameras and stuff like that, like yeah, security has tightened up a lot since then.
That was the trip about being in Colorado. Colorado has fucking cameras everywhere. Like everywhere you go, there's cameras. That freaked me out a lot. It was like, I can't believe that. I mean, it was like some 1984 like Big Brother kind of shit. There's cameras
Hmm.
everywhere. Everything you're doing is being watched by somebody.
Yep, that's how it is. Is that the case that's going on in Hong Kong or something? Like, I kind of not sure what's
I
going
don't
on
know
over
what the
there.
catalyst to that was. They're just really mad about how things are ran in their country. They're really upset about like, it's a lot like here with the whole left and right thing. It's like that.
Mm. Because they're doing some straight up watchdog stuff over there. I
Yeah,
heard.
it's crazy.
And I'm like, all right, fight the power. I'm all for that. Fight the power. Fuck it. Fuck it. Just do that here.
People are too lazy to have a revolution. So we always hear those gun people talk about, we have guns of the Second Amendment so that in case there was a tyrannical government that tried to take over, dude, they took over the country with Cheney, and he did it with a pen stroke, and everybody laughed and clapped, and that's how democracy dies.
And the sound of
Thunderous
applause.
applause,
Yeah, thunder
yes.
applause. Whatever. See, there's it's if you dig real deep into the prequels, there's a lot of freaking like
There's story there. There's just not much character development.
There isn't. But when it comes to the political aspect of the shit, like
No,
it's in depth.
it's very political. Just the characters don't have any agency.
Except for Obi-Wan, he is fantastic, and
Oh, of course.
we welcome the Obi-Wan series coming to Disney Plus.
There you go. I'm waiting
Cheap
for
plug.
the Mandalorian with
Oh my god.
my dude from Chile.
Oh my god, yes.
I love him.
And Gina Carano.
Yes, and Gina Carano.
Yes. Yes. We stand hard for Gina Carano.
That's wifey right there. I don't
Hmm.
give a fuck what anybody says. That's wifey right there.
That's who I want to be my Wonder Woman. Whoo, boy. You know, I usually won't like if a woman could beat my ass, I'll be all like, "Oh my god, I'm scared." But I'll let her put me in a headlock.
That's all lesbian sex is. We beat the shit out of each other for like 3 hours until somebody comes and then we go to sleep. People don't know that. That's why
Then
it seems so aggressive.
why haven't I been watching that kind of porn?
Because it's secretive.
That's like so like
That's why
it just
all lesbians can fight. We're really good at it.
now I know. Now I know. Don't fuck with a lesbian.
Mm-mm.
Cause she might one beat my ass, but also in a way that'll give me an orgasm. So I'll be like
Yes.
totally confused.
Or
I'm like,
two, in
uh.
case you need to move or change a tire, you call a lesbian. Because they're really good at it.
Hello, lesbian are us? Yes, I need a lesbian to change my tire.
And she's
It's
like,
okay. We got you right now. This
I'll
one,
be right there.
ooh, shit.
oh shit, I made myself laugh.
You sure that was a lesbian?
Yeah, that was a big bitch lesbian that changed the tires.
Fucking
She's
got
got a
the
truck that she can use on Thursdays and Fridays, and she'll help you move.
she got the side haircut, like the mohawk with the side cuts.
Oh my god.
Had to come over here, move out of the way, wuss. Make you feel like shit.
They do.
What kind of man are you?
I
What
call them
kind
the
of
coochie checkers.
man are
They
you?
just they just come up to you in the club. They're just like, "Hey, how's it going?" You're like, "Oh, okay." It's that kind of fight.
Oh, it's that kind of day, huh? Okay. Buy me a
Challenge
drink.
accepted. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you got to do to get free drinks. Sure.
I haven't chilled at a bar lately. I need to chill at a bar again. Just cool, hang out, eat a burger.
Eat a burger at a bar. That's weird.
Well, there's one bar where I'm able to do that right here. They also had karaoke. Don't know if they still do. It's usually Wednesday nights, so probably right now they're still doing it, but I doubt it. I haven't been there in like years, so
Hmm.
who knows if they are or not. But that used to be my one spot because
You never know.
I love to karaoke. I love to be all like even flow. Just
Do
sing
that
that.
and a bunch of Hootie and the Blowfish songs, and you'll be good.
Who do you only want to be with you? That's all. That's the only Hootie and the Blowfish I know.
That was perfect. And then just do all your alphabet sounds, and that's every Hootie song. E-I-O-U.
Yep. Shout out to Hootie and the Blowfish. How did that name get created?
I don't know. It's just as bad as chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Hey man, that was my shit.
That was my shit too. That album saved our life. We were on a road trip one night. We're driving in the middle of the night. We're both like falling asleep, and I was like, it was like the craziest thing I could think of. To like shock your system and wake you up. I was like, "Yay, put on that hot dog water," and then like we were like up, wide awake, singing, and then the sun came up. I was like, "Oh, I think we'll be okay now."
I'll always remember Fred Durst. Chocolate starfish. And the hot dog flavored water. I'm like, okay.
I love that album.
Oh shit. Hey, you know what? Surprisingly, those shades actually do block a lot of light. Cause now I'm all like, ah.
That's the whole point. Back in the day, they were called cheaters.
That's what they were. So this was actually a thing.
I don't know.
That's dope.
A lot of 80s shit, I don't think was really 80s shit. I think it was something that people, yeah, I think that's what we did.
But back to the chocolate starfish. That boiler room was my shit.
Yes.
Boiler, just boiler.
You said boiler room like it was the machine room.
Ah, no. No. Because I only want to be with you. No, that's in my head. Thanks.
Just do the chocolate starfish announcement every time. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's a chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. Are you ready?
Just do that every time you get on Xbox. Just that's the first thing you say.
That's how I come in the room. All right, guys, it's a chocolate starfish.
That's how you should start every conversation. Just run in the room and just scream that.
I'll try to remember tomorrow to do that at work. It's just these guys talking, and then we'll walk. Okay, speaking of that, because I always got work stories. Always,
Always.
always on top of that. And there's this dude. Okay,
Uh huh.
I guess his nickname is Tiny, but he's not tiny. He's a really, really freaking big dude.
How big?
I'm talking about like he's a big dude. I don't want to be all like politically incorrect, but he's a fat motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's like, okay.
So his name though is funny because his name is like his name twice. So it's his name and his name. That's his first name and that's his last name. It's
Like
the name
Choncho.
twice. Something like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name, of course, but anyways, for weeks we've been playing the Switch and we're having a good time. And then he'll just walk into the break room, be like, "Oh, what's this? Huh? You piece of shit! Oh, you wasting your times and melting your brains and blah blah. You should read a book, whatever." He always has something stupid to fucking say. Okay,
Right.
that it just. I like quickly. The cap has been reached. I'm over the roof. This guy is on my shit list for life. So every time he comes in, he says something, and then I have no filter. I just say something back, and I'll be like, "Shut the fuck up," or "Your life is worthless," something like that.
Damn.
Just get on my nerves.
You can go for the
It's,
throat.
it's like I would literally go for the throat I could because I feel like anywhere else he won't feel it. So, so then he talked shit while we were watching John Wick 3. You don't do that, right?
Ever.
Ever. Then later on, we're driving in the tug. LP's driving, and I'm talking, whatever, and LP talks, and then he looks at me real quick. But this area that any other driver, if you're coming from that way, you'll come cautiously and not just fucking gun right through it because you can't see what might be coming at you, you know?
Right.
So I see that he's coming, the other dude, the big dude is coming, and LP is just going straight. But at this point he looks at me and then I see what's coming, but then he gets out of the blind spot and I'm like, whoa, whoa. So then you just see him come out and then LP and then prack, they hit.
Oh shit.
They hit. But then he just keeps going. And LP's like, what the fuck? And then apparently the guy gave him a face like, what the fuck, dude? Like it was his fault. And then LP like fucking goes after him. And then he confronts him and is like, hey, what the hell? And the guy's just joking like, oh, my back hurts. I'm going to tell my supervisor I'm going home early, whatever. But it was a dick move because not only did, okay, sure, we hit. And whoever fault it is, whether it's him for going this way too fast or or LP for going this way, the same speed, and then looking at me for that split second. The
Right.
point is that when the impact happened, that guy, he should have been like, "Oh damn, I'm sorry," or "Are you okay?" or "What the fuck?" Something, you know? No, it was just, and then he just kept going. Like, I don't give a fuck, and fuck you, and like it didn't matter. It was a dick shit. And then later he didn't really like apologize or anything like that. He just kept going like, "Oh, it was your fault, it was your fault," and shit. And the guy just reached that, like, it's to the fucking universe right now where I don't want face or anything like that. And that happens a lot now at work with people. But yeah, it's one of those incidents. The guys don't talk shit while I'm playing Switch with the guys and having a good time, and you come in. LP says like, "Oh, he doesn't joking matter," but no, it's not. Even if it's a joking matter, there's ways to joke about it. You don't
Right.
come in just go like, "Oh, y'all pieces of shit, you're stupid, and that's stupid what you're doing, and I'm better than you."
Oh
I
my
read,
God.
that's basically what he was saying,
Like he's
and
being smug about it.
yeah, and it's like that's nothing about that is fucking funny, dude, at
Right.
all. Just annoying. You're like clockwork. You just come in and you start talking shit and stuff like that. And I think that's what you think is the cool thing or the funny thing to do, but it's not. You
Right.
just don't talk at all and fucking leave. And nobody likes him, so I already know that. He was on a flight and they were asking for everybody that was on that flight to go the fuck back out there and be there and help push it out. And he's all like, "I'm not gonna do it," blah blah blah. The supervisor himself, not this guy was not. This guy's not even supervisor. He's above the supervisors. Is
Mm-hmm.
telling you to go back out there and do the task, and you are telling him basically, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing it." Is that right? No.
No, he should do his fucking job and shut up.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's it is what it is. Anyways, that's the story. I just wanted to talk shit about it because it came into my head. So
Well, good.
yeah,
Do you feel better?
I do feel good. I
Okay,
feel
good.
good. Good about my. You know what? You know what make me feel even better? If Christian Slater and Keanu Reeves be together, that'll make me feel better.
In every movie.
Yes. And also, if I actually got to see Steven Seagal and not just from far, his head, his big fat head above everybody
Big
else.
fat head, yeah. We don't give a shit about PC. He's fat. He's a big fat
Big
dude.
guy, man, compared to what he used to be.
Oh my God. He used to be so skinny.
Yeah, the fuck happened?
He got rich. When you have rich, you can eat out all the time.
Mm. Keanu didn't get big
Yeah, but he's humble. He donates money and stuff and buys motorcycles
and makes John Wick
and
because
Dominic.
because it's the shit. We could literally have a whole fucking like month of just John Wick talk.
Of course. Or just like Keanu Reeves movies,
Which
like
is
Bill and Ted.
oh my god, I can't not like when that first teaser hits the internet. I'm gonna just
Poop.
cry, poop and cry.
Poop.
I'm gonna poop and cry. It's gonna be an emotional like you don't like. I think the last time I got really emotional over a trailer was the Power Ranger trailer.
Yeah, that one was amazing.
Like that shit.
That
Like I.
and the Man of Steel.
Ooh!
Every time he said that part, and he's like, something about being a son. He goes, "But you are my son." I was like, "Oh my God, I'm crying at a movie preview. Oh, shit shouldn't happen."
You're like Mike Myers. Like I promise if I want to cry.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
Ah man, that trailer broke me down. Broke me down.
Yeah, but it's
And
gonna be great whenever we got to finally see like what the story is about and all that stuff.
hmm hmm and then it's good that we have Keanu Reeves here, who's humble, and now he's a icon and an image of what we should be. You know, what is it, like a decade later, or like how long has it been since 9/11?
18 years,
18 years later.
almost 2 decades.
Almost, look at that. Almost 20 years later, Keanu Reeves is the spinning image of what we should be after such a
Yes.
time.
What a way to wrap it all the way around.
Shit,
Just
sometimes I'm
boom,
amazing.
that's how you end the show.
That's right. Yeah, I'm Casey Kasem. Oh man. Oh shit,
Lightsaber.
that was a lightsaber. That shit, you heard it?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, that shit's gonna be powerful. I'm excited to wield that everywhere. I do have a Jedi robe too. I'm all decked out.
You could be a bald Jedi.
I was once. I was. I dressed up as a Jedi once for a convention, but I didn't have a cool ass lightsaber like this.
You do now. Now
And
you
I do
can
not.
be a Jedi all the time. You just have to have that lady's razor shaver thing that they talked into about midichlorians.
True. My midichlorian count is high. I'm gonna be like a southerner. Who are you? My name's Xavier.
What
My
was
midichlorian count is
what was
high.
that? The green Jedi dude with the dreadlocks? Like Kit something?
Oh, that's my boy Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto, yeah. What if Kit Fisto had a southern accent?
All right, we never heard that motherfucker talk. That's
No, we
right.
didn't. Howdy, y'all.
Cowboy hat just appears out of nowhere on top of his head.
Yeah, all those dreadlocks are inside the hat.
Hell yeah. I'm still mad how easily the fucking Emperor took out Kit Fisto.
Oh, like nothing. It's like,
Like,
nah.
that's not right, man. That guy was like hyped.
He's
He
my
was the
favorite.
shit. He looked dope as hell.
He's my favorite Jedi.
So dope, Kit
Like, if we
Fisto.
get out of a movie that was Kit Fisto and Boba Fett, I would have been so happy.
Yes, and have Christian Slater play Kit Fisto.
And Keanu Reeves could have been Boba Fett.
Imagine. Imagine Boba Fett, but with the Keanu Reeves kind of movements.
And I think we should end it right there.
That's right. I want everybody to finish your night with that image. Boba Fett, Keanu Reeves movements.
There you go.
Because he has his own thing. But thank you for coming to the 7th episode. Man, this is great. I love it. I love that you guys are here. Danny D, Kaiju, 16-bit, Gab, and it was that one guy, what the something guy. So something guy.
I'm right here.
And yes, I gotta give you guys I gotta tell you guys something, that a lot of this is because of Hammer of Venus right here. So give her a round of applause, because we are in number 7
Thank you.
mainly because of her. You know, she made this thing keep growing, made it happen, and pushes me, and together we're a team, and we keep it coming, and you guys keep coming here, which is fascinating. And Kaiju, like I said, man, you hyped me up since like Monday, I think. You were hyped, made me hype. I told Rachel about it. She got hype. Let's keep
So
the hype
hyped.
going. Let's keep the hype going. Number 8, next week, ladies and gentlemen. Come back here, Machine Room Podcast. Y'all got your keys. Y'all are welcome to this place, your family. And we will see you next week. What will we talk about then? Who
Who
knows?
knows?
And
We don't
remember,
even know. We just
we don't. And remember,
we're
you're
crazy.
free. You're free to bring in the topics yourself. So
True that.
keep anything in mind. Thank you. Good night. And we love you.
And be sure to follow him on the Twitters and the Instagrams. He's over
Mm,
there.
I'm over here. All right.
Nostradamus.
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter and Twitch, Hammer Venus. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spreaker. We're also on Spotify and Google and Apple Podcasts. So for those of you that missed it, you can watch the replay on Twitch, YouTube, or any of the said podcasts. So check us out. We'll see you and talk to you next week. Have a great week,
That's right.
guys.
And remember also before we go that all this information is at the machineroompodcast.com. Yeah.
Bye.
Christian Slater.